All right, so today is the 22nd of October 2025. We're having our money analysis. Now, fundamentally, we have just two events today. One already took place, and that's the CPI from United Kingdom, which took place some minutes ago, where the actual came out less than the forecast. I believe that will have had a negative impact on the British pound. The other event today is a speech from the European Central Bank President Lagarde, which will come up by 1:25 p.m. That may not be so tradable, but then I will encourage you to be cautious in the market at that time. So aside that, market will be more fundamental driven today. So volatility is expected because of the news this morning and even the speech in the afternoon. So between now and maybe 12 p.m., you can still trade technically, but then after 12 p.m. till around 2 p.m., I will advise if you can stay out of the market, that may be safe for you. From 2 p.m. thereabouts again till the end of the day, you can also trade technically. So we don't have any tradable fundamental anymore for today. So I'll switch over to the chart. Now, gold has been an instrument of interest for quite some time, making all-time high every other week. I've given the projection for gold much earlier that towards the end of the year, we're expecting gold to hit $3,700 per ounce. And from JP Morgan, $4,000 per ounce was to be achieved by the end of June next year. However, gold has broken all those analysis from global firms, and it hits $4,300 per ounce to close last week. And now, between yesterday and today, gold has made a very sharp reversal. For those who joined my analysis yesterday, I said it that I was seeing a double top formation on gold on both the 4 hour and the 1 hour time frame. This is the 1 hour. I said it clearly that I was seeing a double top, and if it breaks the neckline, we'll see a move downwards. This is the 1 hour side, and let me show you the 4 hour. And what even made it clear that we were expecting the reversal was the fact that there was a reversal candlestick pattern here. It tweezed the top on the resistance level on the 4 hour time frame. And yesterday, late Monday evening till yesterday night, even till let's say this morning, gold has dropped a whooping 3,500 pips. I tell you, that is massive. Really, really, really massive drop. So that's how I always say the oh, thank you, L. I took the trade and made 1,009. Sorry, I made $197. That's a good one. That's a good one there, L. It's good to follow the analysis. But then I always say that be very careful because we didn't know when gold was going to drop. It was just going high. I always sounded that warning, be very cautious. So what's the next move of gold? Now, gold dropped to a previous resistance, turned support, and two candles away from here, and now it closed as a rejection candle. So with this, I believe gold is getting set for some bullish movement. I don't know whether it's going to be volatile or not, but I'm just showing you what I'm seeing on the charts. That's I always tell our students, don't miss our training. When I attend our training, we show you how the market really works. You know, how it moves, when it's going to move. If you can break down the candles, it's one of the ways to know what next will happen in the market through candlestick uh, patterns. All right, candlesticks, chart patterns, they are very, very powerful. Now, from what I'm seeing, price is trying to form after that rejection candle on the 4 hour, of which we still have a replica of it right here on the 1 hour. I strongly believe gold might be targeting this previous resistance. It's not a resistance, the neckline region is now a resistance level from the current price point. So, but then I strongly believe it's trying to form an inverse head and shoulder pattern before going up. Now, if it's going to form an inverse head and shoulder pattern, that means we may still expect a retracement before the uptrend. But then we don't control the market. We're only telling what we are seeing. So what I'll do is that I'll mark this region. All right. So if price makes a breakout above this recent high, which I've drawn, then you can target that uh, resistance level up there. All right, and that can give us a move as much as about 400 pips. Now, don't wait all the 400 pips. If you can just catch 50, 100, that should just be good enough. Don't be greedy. All right, so that's my next move on gold. I'm seeing the formation of an inverse head and shoulder. The first shoulder is already formed, the head is formed. There's a possibility we get a retracement before the breakout. So watch out for that possibly in the course of today. So I'm bullish on gold. I emphasize that I'm bullish on gold. Now, aside gold, most of the other pairs are not giving us very clear formation at the moment. But then I'm seeing a setup on the 4 hour. And now this is strictly for those who are swing traders. If you follow my analysis, I said I was seeing a head and shoulder on USD card earlier on at the beginning of the week, thereabout. Now, this is already working out. If you're there, you are. That's why I said this is especially for swing traders. If you're not a swing trader, please don't bother. Okay, this is swing traders. If you're there, you're a swing trader, we have a trade on USD card. You can enter a sell on USD card again for emphasis, strictly for swing traders, and you may target Fibonacci 50 at some average of some 90 pips away. The stop loss will be above the the second shoulder up there. Yeah, it's wide. We're only taking notes, taking care of reversals, which likely will not happen because the head and shoulder has completed. So you can target about 90 pips for the profit and about 70 pips for the stop loss. It may still go further to Fibonacci 61.8. So the choice is just how you want to trade this. And please don't go beyond 0.01, even if you are doing swing. So if you're taking two trades, you can target Fibonacci 61.8 also at 134 pips, still 70 pips stop loss. All right, so that's it for USD card. Swing setup spotted. We've been watching it for quite some days now, and it's finally triggered. All right, and those are actually the two major setup I have for us this morning. Then US oil is still if I gave the analysis of a bullish breakout on US oil yesterday, which has happened, but currently that short-term move is being taken over by long term. If you didn't make entry then, any entry now will be more on a swing level. I remember saying critically yesterday that we're expecting a bullish breakout on US oil, that we're expecting an inverse head and shoulder, and that's already happened. The move already happened, though there's a possibility of a bigger breakout still coming, but at least the move of that yesterday, already happened to the tune of about 99 pips. So the next move on US oil is a swing. So going to 4 hour, we can see our falling wedge being drawn. Now price is expected to break out. Like I say, RSI is already above 50. Price is expected to break out to retest and now continue. Breakout, retest, continuation. That is what is expected on US oil on the 4 hour time frame. So let's just watch out for that. If, like I said, if you miss the entry on the 1 hour, you can wait for the 4 hour. So that's the expectation. All right. So three instruments I've analyzed this morning. I've analyzed gold, I've analyzed USD card, and of both gold and USD card, I give you my bias and projections. Now the next one is the US oil, where we're bullish. We are expecting a further bullish breakout. Okay, L. This L is like I'm making a lot of money with P Primo. This is a good one now. Good to really hear this. All right, so I took oil too. Should I close it? I'm on profit. If you're on profit, don't be greedy. You can close it because, yeah, I'm expecting a breakout and a retest. So if the breakout happens, some decline will happen simultaneously. So it all depends on the level of profit you've made. Or if you don't want to close it, you can move your stop loss to entry. That's another way. So you have locked in profit and you know that even if there's a retracement or reversal, you will close at entry point and not end up in a loss. So the choice is yours whether you want to close it or you move your stop loss to entry to lock in profit. So that should be at your discretion. But then I'm happy for you. You're making money. That's the essence of all this. All right. So those are the three analysis, the instruments I'm analyzing. Now, the other ones I want to do now is just to give us updates on earlier analysis that has worked out. You know, like GBP AUD. Yes, I gave a signal on this one on Monday. I gave a signal in the 5X group on the GBP NZD. I don't know if any one of us took that signal. GBP AUD. All right, it's very, very close to profit level as we speak. It's very, very close. I think it already hits the TP. Okay, just briefly. If it has not closed yet, it's close to hitting the TP. The choice is yours if you want to wait out till it hits the TP or you want to close it now. The choice actually is yours. I remember, yeah, so say 120 pips. It already hit the tip, but maybe for spread, it may not have closed yet. But then this has gone. If you took this particular trade, depending on your lot size, you should be up in profit now to the tune of about 100 pips. You know, let's leave the retracement out of it. Now that 100 pips now, depending on your lot size, if you're on 0.01, that'll be $10. If you're on 0.1, that will be $100. And if you're on a higher lot size, depending on your account size, though, you should be on a bigger profit. So this worked out just as analyzed and as a signal given. All right. DJ30. We spoke about DJ30. I think that was on Monday, and I said it clearly that I was on a short-term sell, but then I said if price breaks out above, I said I was seeing a double bottom pattern right here. As at the time we had the analysis, price was around this place. I said if price hits this neckline region, we may see a slight retracement, but otherwise, if it breaks above it, there will be a retracement and a continuation. So I don't know if you took that because it worked exactly as I said it would. Price broke out, retraced, and continued in the upside direction. So that analysis worked out as as given. And Eurocard is also another instrument. In fact, this one was even clearer yesterday when we had somebody asked about it on Monday. I gave my outlook. I said, either Monday or yesterday, I can't remember which one again. I said I was bearish because price hits a psychological level on the daily time frame. We have a trend line and we have a tweezer top reversal candlestick pattern. So I said I was bearish on Eurocard for this week. I said that clearly on Monday and even yesterday. And the news yesterday, because there was a news that was released from Canada, I gave my view that I expected the news to be good for the Canadian dollar so that we can see a crash on the US Euro card. Because okay, it was when we were having analysis, I said that I was seeing a head and shoulder pattern and everything worked out, just as planned. So please don't always miss all these sessions where we analyze the market, we give you an idea of where the market is going. So far, Eurocard has dropped to the tune of about 86 pips, just in line with the analysis. Yes, DJ30 is bullish. If you have entered earlier, though, so it's not just that you want to jump on it now. There's a right time to make entry. All right, for those who are just joining us, I've given my analysis on a couple of instruments. What I'm doing now is just updating us on the other instruments we analyzed earlier that has gone in line with the analysis. But this morning, I've given my view on gold. We're bullish on gold. We're bullish on US oil on the 4-hour time frame. And we're bearish on the USD card swing 4-hour. All right, so I'm now taking on the request I'm seeing here. Peter, US 30. US 30 is bullish, but I can't give you an entry now. The entry point price has passed beyond it. The only way to make another entry is if there is a retracement. If there is a retracement. This is DJ30. All right, so we can see that, okay, it's actually at a resistance level. Okay, so to make another entry on DJ30, this is how it's going to work out. You can get a breakout, a retest, and a continuation to the trend line up there. Now, this is 4 hours, so let's take it down to 1 hour for clarity. Let me even check 15 minutes because this instrument can be very volatile. So let's work with the lower time frame. All right, so okay, I'm getting further clarity on the lower time frame. Okay. All right, so what I'm seeing here now is I'm seeing price bouncing off the trend line and an inverse head and shoulder being formed. So if price breaks out above this current high, you can trigger a buy, largely because of the inverse head and shoulder that is being formed. So if a new candle breaks out above this rectangle box, yes, you can trigger a buy on the DJ30. So we're still bullish on the DJ30. Please wait for that breakout to happen. Don't just say, let me just enter it to get there. No, wait for the breakout. Learn to follow the rules. So we're still bullish on the DJ30. Yeah, US30 is labeled as DJ30 on our platform. Please take note of that. All right. Oluwatoba Adeogun Euro USD. All right. So Euro USD has been on a massive, bearish movement in the last couple of days. But then let's check for the dollar index to know what's happening. Now, dollar index is just, we've seen some strength on it in the last couple of days too, but then currently it's trading around this trend line that is descending. So if price hits the trend line, then we'll expect a reversal on the DJ30. And at that point, we may end up having a head and shoulder pattern on the daily time frame, where this will be the head, sorry, the shoulder, the head, the second shoulder, and a drop. So for now, I will be very cautious of taking any trade on the major currency pairs because the move to the upside will be a short-term movement on the dollar index before we expect probably a crash on the dollar. And the crash is imminent because gold itself is trying to go up, so dollar may likely be going to the upside, I mean downside. So if price goes a little up, well, we may see a slight bearish movement on Euro USD. Price may break out below the recent low. So let's go down to 1 hour on Euro USD. And mark this current region as a range zone, though it's not really a range, but I'm just trying to demarcate it to know. So if price breaks out below this region here, then you may just take a short-term sell, very short-term, on Euro USD. Price may target the tip of the rectangle over there. And that can potentially be a move that can give up to some 30 pips, not just a 20 to 30 pips thereabout. So watch that closely in the course of today. We may be expecting that on the Euro USD. We may be bearish on Euro USD as the day progresses. All right, GJ, Prince Davidson. All right, so this is GBP JPY on the daily time frame. This instrument is not really having clarity for now. I will advise you stay out. There is no clear direction for now for the GBP JPY. Just stay out of it. All right, I've attended to all the requests here and I've dropped all my views of the markets. Please make sure you watch the video again. I'll drop the link in your group. Watch it again to gain insight to how we want to trade the market today, the instruments that have been moving, when best to make your entry. So we've come to the end of the analysis this morning. Do trade safe and have a great day ahead. Bye bye.